Hello, good evening, and a very warm welcome to Rangers Radio.
Hello, good evening, welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Foxchair, on the show this evening is the one and only GB and the crown king of Rangers Radio, the Bridgeman. How are we doing, boys?
Evening, lads. I'm glad to be on with you two tonight and discussing all things Rangers.
Can I say a big good evening to yourself, Foxchair, and yourself, the GB. You need to carry me tonight. And to the techie boys in the background. And to all the Rangers fans that are listening in all over the world, good evening. Welcome to Rangers Radio.
How are we doing, GB?
Nearing the football coming back, Ox, so the spirits are getting lifted, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing the team again.
Is absence making the heart grow fonder, GB? Is that what you're saying?
Aye, or the hangover's clearing me. To the old firm.
How's the bridge?
I'm doing very well, pal. Thank you very much. Yeah, hopefully you had a good weekend with your family there. And if you're asking me, absence does make a heart grow fonder. That's the truth.
Is there any truth in the rumour that broke on Twitter tonight that any pensioners that need the £200, you're going to square them up?
Square them up? Square up with them, you mean?
We shouldn't joke. It was a joke before we. I got enough hate mail, GB, without upsetting the pensioners.
They'll be phoning in, Docs. They'll be ready and waiting on this show.
Oh, David will be on St. Bridge. Send me the 200. Oh dear. They digress. All right. You're right, GB. Looking forward to getting the real football back. The international football. It's just. The tour, it seems as if a tournament had just finished and then you're starting again. It's overkill for me personally, yeah.
I agree, Ox. It's too much. The players have just came back after a summary, a pre-season, and then, let's say, you've had a kind of stop-start with your league, and then you're straight back in an international break. It's far too soon. I mean, you need to get a bit of momentum with your team, a bit of an understanding. And as I've seen as well, with even our team, like, they've let them go back home for a bit of a holiday again and stuff like that. I'd much rather that they were here training and getting ready for the next game, Ox, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's on the calendar, and I think we're at the mercy of them for ever more, Ox. It's just about making money now, isn't it?
The one group of people they never take into consideration, Bridge, is the supporters, is it?
It's incredible. It's incredible. They come up with these... I don't know how many decisions they come up with, just sometimes absolutely crazy decisions, and never not one thought about the fans, what the fans are going to do. And Gaz is right there when he's talking about, you're hardly started. You jitter through 2 games, all of a sudden it's another break, and then it's another break, and here we are. I don't even know how many league games we've played. That shows you how terrible it is. Four league games. And God knows how many breaks we've had in between times. Oh, unbelievable. And anyway, I'm looking forward to the season starting properly and get us back to Ibrox as quickly as possible. That's all I want. Get back.
Yeah. We'll be back a week on Saturday. Crazy kick-off time. 5:30 on a Saturday, 8 o'clock on a Sunday. Once again, the fans are taken into consideration, GB.
Make consideration, Ox, like I says, we're an afterthought. As long as the money keeps rolling, then like I says, we're secondary. And then, like he says, even that one they're talking about, the 8 o'clock game, I think that there was things put forward to them to move it to either the next day or the day after and stuff like that. Again, just batted away. And I think even Rangers offered to go to St Johnston, Scrun, and just do a kind of swap fixture. But again, no, batted away. Let's just get all the fans doing for 8 o'clock. Shocking.
I'm glad you mentioned St Johnston, GB, because we'll touch on that first, yeah. Their club came out with a statement. I'm not going to read the full statement, but basically they've cut our allocation and their allocation, yeah. That's what they're trying to do. If their fans will come out and support what they've said they would. We seem to have heard this record before, Bridgeman. I'll give you a couple of words. Well, a few words. Sell out Saturday, yeah?
Yeah, remember them well. They're always saying this. I honestly don't know why on earth the clubs are being like this. Why does no want Rangers fans there? I don't quite understand it. Is it the numbers? You know, or I mean, what kind of allocation have they given us? A couple of hundred?
They did give us 4,500. Yeah.
So,
and then
right.
expected that the support would come out in droves, but they don't come out any other week, yeah?
Yeah. So they're allowing 4,500 in now?
No, they're cutting it. They're cutting it.
Do you know to what?
I should have looked at the numbers up, obviously.
No, of course.
Let me get exact numbers. I don't think he mentioned the figure. It was a way they were going to reconfigure their stands. So they'll only give us access to 2 stands, where we actually get access to 3 stands at the moment, which I don't have the exact numbers, see if I can find them. But that's what they're trying to do. If the fans take up the tickets, GB.
Aye, and do you know the thing is, Ox, they're another team that's desperate for a brand new pitch getting laid and all the rest of it, and yet they're turning away money. And they're going about wanting to challenge for cups and get into Europe and all the rest of it. Well, the only way you've got to do that is by generating money and buying better players. So why no milk the old firm as much as they can, and until they get onto a stable footing or a financial footing that they don't need us? Well, that's fair dues. But milk is as much as they want.
It's a market in the game. When we're playing at Perth, you get the 2 ends for the main stand, if you like, with the Rangers supporters. If you like, it's busy, but you don't see that in the cameras. Then it points to a stand across, and there's nobody there. And it just makes the whole product, the backwater of Scottish football, just looks poor. And then meanwhile, there's thousands of people outside Bridge trying to buy tickets.
Yeah. I think it's a scandal what St Johnston are allowed to do. Really and truly. Any team that tries to do that is just a wrong one. And I think them across the city, the way they carry on against Rangers with the fans and so on, it's nothing short of disgraceful. And the powers that be are standing back and they're loving it, because all they're doing, all they can see is this is going to cost extra match for this or extra match for that, and a big great interest. You know, the television will be in there. No, I get fed up with them. I'm fed up listening to them. Get it right. Just tell us what the score is. What we allow. How many fans are allowed in, and that's it. Let's keep it at that. That's the way I feel about it as well. Yeah, really and truly. You know me. You know, Bridgeman doesn't want any fans to go to any of the grounds. But obviously, that's going to stop the Rangers fans going. They don't want to do that. But seriously, the way they carry on, they're not worth it. They're not worth it, pal.
Ox, can I just add to that?
Yeah, mate, of course.
Just see once we actually get back on a stable footing and stuff like that, and we get back to winning like titles consistently. See, like say these away tickets, I think Rangers fans and the board and all the rest of it should just bin them, and then see, like say Rangers just use the safety card and say, well, we're just going to pack out Ibrox because we don't feel as though we can put their safety at risk, and just starve them, Ox.
Well, I've been here before, mate, when we try to boycott again, mate. People want to go to away games, and it's like you asking me to give up smoking, GB. You don't do it.
No, but there's other ways I suppose we could support. We could maybe turn up outside the ground and just not pay the money, Hawks. But I think, let's see if we starved them for 6 months, all the clubs, maybe they'd realise how important we are to them.
An organised boycott, whether that could never happen. I get your point. the power of the blue pound if it was took away. Yeah, you know, we've seen it with other teams. It'll be interesting in a few weeks' time where our Hibs supporters will go if the league continues. Whereas, you know, Hearts, if they continue the way they are, where they are in the league, where their supporters would go, you know, they might want us back there as well, as long as Motherwell and Johnston, St Mirren, they've all tried at the end of appeasing their own fans, which is fine. It's their right to do that. But then if you're marketing the game and the stadiums are half empty bridge, it's ludicrous, isn't it?
I think it's as ludicrous. That's a really good word for it, ludicrous. And I think they need to get it. They really do need to get it right for themselves and for everybody else. I don't know if they do the same thing with. Well, maybe they do a similar thing with them, but other teams coming to St John's Park. Are they all treated the same? No, is it just the Old Firm game, Old Firm players, or is it indeed mostly Rangers, anti-Rangers stuff? I get fed up with it all, you know, and I get so frustrated. Sorry, I'm losing my words here. Sorry, Ox here. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. It'll be interesting when you're debating it, when you're on with Southside and Stevie, if you want them to stand outside the grunt, GB, best of luck with it.
I'm sure if they knew that it was going to hurt that, these opposition teams, Ox, they would do it, because what it says, there's Stevie at times choking for a ticket and can't get one. And it's all through bitterness. So maybe we need to turn the tables once we do get back on a stable footing, because unfortunately the way it stands now, the team, they need us. They need us to kind of support them through every game now to try and build up the confidence and stuff. But see, once things settle down,
when would that change, mate? What would be the tipping point of that?
I think what it says, once we are on a consistent run, what it says, being able to smash these teams and trophies are coming in, then I think we'll maybe be able to put the brakes on a wee bit and just give them a wee bit of hurt back.
Interesting thoughts, mate. No my thoughts, but interesting thoughts, mate.
Hi, mate. It's just like I says. I know, as I said there earlier at the start of the show, just let them milk us as much as they want so we can get all the players in for them to make money. But I tell you something, they can do it for so long, and then, like I says, I really hope down the line we get ourselves back in a position to, like say, maybe Walter Smith times where we can actually pick and choose what we want to do in Scottish football.
Yeah,
I have to see how long for that as well, GB.
I bet you do, Bridge.
I do.
You know, I don't know how you stop people going to the away games if you organised it, you know, and then obviously the club take the tickets. You know, we get. It'd be interesting to see how we pan it. Listen, we tried it once at Tannadice and it failed miserably, didn't it? The boycott, didn't it?
Aye. Yeah. But we've got to remember these times in Ox. There's, like you say, St Johnston popping up their head now saying they want to cut allocations. Hearts have done it. I think Hibs have said something about it as well, didn't they? So, like I say, if it continues, then we just need to remember these are the clubs that we need to boycott down the line.
It'd be interesting.
Would we, just for saying sake, would we consider, as a club, not allowing any St John's fans in the Ibrox?
Don't think we'd have to ban them, mate.
No, I'm saying, but you know, would we officially, like, would we think about saying?
I don't think we're allowed to. I don't think we're allowed to because of the rules of the league. Yeah.
Okay.
Bridge, we might not be able to assure their safety, so it might be one of the ones where, because we're not sure that they might not get hurt with bottles or something like that in the stadium, then we might not be able to give them an allocation, Bridge. So there might be a loophole.
You're trying to boycott your fans, and then you've got our home fans throwing balls.
No, but you know what I mean, safety certificate and all that. Now that's
what did I say before we go on the show? What did I say? Think before you open your mouth. Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what's getting touted against us, Ox, for this whole other safety certificate, supposedly.
St Johnston fans, you could put them in the director's box, Bridge.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning to be sound facetious or anything like that. I'm actually genuine. I was using St Johnston as an example, but could we not do that? Well, I know we do it with them across the city, and that becomes a quid pro quo. I just don't want to see any opposition fans, Scottish team that is, fans in Ibrox. That's the way I feel about it all. And I would quite gladly just give up the rights to go and see them.
Yeah, but we've had this debate numerous times, myself and yourself. As a 21-year-old man, you were allowed to go and watch Rangers all the time.
Oh, yes, everywhere.
Yes. So who are we to take that away for the young guys like myself and GB?
I think with young, what do you mean GB, young? Oh, joking. No, I agree with you. That's one of the reasons I'm saying I'd love it all. I am like that. It'd be fantastic, right up my street. But there's too many Rangers fans want to go to the away games. Simple as that. They want to go and see their team, and I certainly don't want to be the one.
What about a quick poll, right? Just for curiosity, right? And obviously I don't know how many people that listen in Facebook go to the away games or no, but it's only, should we boycott away games? Yes or no? We'll keep it as simple as that, yeah? Just for fun. Yeah, just for fun. We're not saying it should be a policy, GB, just to gauge the reaction, because obviously that story broke with St Johnston the day, yeah?
I know 100%, Ox. Everybody's entitled to do what they want to do, Ox. Just to let us, hopefully down the line we are that financially stable and flying, Ox, that we can, hopefully give a wee bit back that these teams are trying to do to us now.
Hey, Bridge, what do you make of that new bridge that's open for Partick? Yeah, you'll be able to walk here now. I believe it's 10 pence to go south, and they'll charge you a tenner to get north.
It's basically the Govan Ferry. That's basically what it is. The old Govan Ferry. It's amazing. For many, many years, people like myself have said, get a bridge over there, get a bridge, a pedestrian bridge, any kind of bridge, get a bridge over there. Same at the Renfrew Ferry. Get a bridge over there as well. Small bridges make the things all accessible. Never done it. I believe it's going to be quite successful. But I don't know. For instance, I don't know if Kai Johansson's bar's still going to be there at the top of the lane,
I don't think so. I don't think it goes far from there. I mean, if you walk down Broomholland Road, you'll be no far away, and then you're
absolutely.
Your transport museum. So, what would you reckon for the stadium? 25-minute, half an hour walk for the stadium.
I would suggest it would be something like that, because apparently you can walk to the town across the Squinty Bridge, not the Squinty Bridge, the Squiggly Bridge. The Squiggly Bridge.
That's a fair distance of line, but this is right at the bottom of Ibrox, right at the cloud.
It'll be interesting to see. 20 minutes, I would say. 20-minute walk.
Aye, and then the 2 nice weekends we get a year, people might walk it bridge.
That's correct. That big demonstration we had at the BBC headquarters in Glasgow, and I was there on the demonstration, and then we walked it from there. Basically, that was just at the Squinty Bridge there, the Bells Bridge, whatever they call it. So dead easy. It was only for that. It was about a 15-minute walk to the BBC studios to Ibrox.
Aye, they're basically just round the corner, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Round the corner, you can make Govan Town Hall up, and then you cut into Copeland Road, don't you?
Absolutely. I saw there. Dead easy.
So, we'll see where the poll comes out. Just a bit of fun, GB, yeah? Just a bit of fun, yeah? The GB boycott. Sounds like a European policy, doesn't it? Boycott.
It's sad, Ox, that it's got to that point, because I mean I've been away to Tannadice and that, and watched Loudrop and all the rest of it, and it was great atmospheres. I mean, even Tynecastle and all the rest of it. If the clubs are got to be hard on us, then I think we've got the right to be hard on them as well.
Yeah, Yeah, listen, I get the argument. I just don't think it'll stack up, because there's that many people want to go. We're getting tens of thousands applies for a couple of thousand tickets,
Aye, Oxen, like you say, you've got bus companies and that are getting used week in, week out for the away games. Like supporters use them, and if that all stops as well, it can cause problems, can't it? I mean, that's a revenue avenue for folk as well. So, it does. It will affect a lot of people. I'm not saying date forever if it does get to that situation, Ox, but I say a wee bit of hurts back. Wouldn't be a bad thing.
But GB, what Ox was saying at the start there, that St Johnston are going to, shall we say, take away the quota. Yeah, the quota. So the chances are they're going to do that, are going to minimise it. I don't understand why they're going to do that. Why would the authorities allow them to do that? Is it a security issue? Because, Rangers fans have been going to St Johnston for God knows how many yonks, so I don't quite understand the reason. What would the reason be to the authorities?
I'll try supposedly. They're trying to look after their own fans, allegedly, Bridge, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah.
It might be as well, Bridge, that it's a certain manager that's managing St Johnston now. It didn't seem to be an issue before with another manager that was in charge, but a certain manager that's in charge now doesn't surprise me.
No, new owners, GB, aren't they?
New owners and a manager that doesn't really like us either, so 2 and 2 together, Ox, it sounds like they've came up with some silly plan.
But see, Alexa, that a club shouldn't just be allowed to. They must be justifiable what they're doing. So I don't understand why all of a sudden they got to change a manager and he decides that they want any Rangers fans there.
I don't think it came from the manager. I think it came from the new owner.
Okay.
If you maybe look to what broke today, you'll have seen the statement. It's quite lengthy, and he's basically saying that he'll juggle people about so the St Johnston fans have access to their tickets, and he's expecting their great support to take them up. So it'll be interesting to see how it pans out going forward. But I don't know. Financial suicide, I think, in some respects, maybe GB. Yeah?
Possibly, Ox, possibly. But like I say, nothing surprises you with Scottish football, Ox. There seems to be something every other week, mate.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Okay, the poll is quite interesting. 74% to boycott, 26% not to boycott, yeah?
The GB boycott's on then.
The GB boycott's on. I'm going to ask, and by the way, the people who have voted so far, and the people who voted to boycott, can we ask, just if you could we'll get another poll, do you go to away games? Just to see what the take-up is, because I'll be asking people want to boycott and they don't go, yeah? As I say, GB, it's like you asking me to eat up fags, innit? It's not going to help me. I've never smoked in my life.
No. But like you say, like Steve in Southside to enjoy
I don't know if they enjoy it, but I don't know if they enjoy it.
A chopped pork roll and a tequila rose bottle on the bus, then I would imagine it would harden their weekends.
Of course, your two Rangers radio correspondents will never touch alcohol or a supporters bus, because that's illegal, GB.
No, not at all. No.
Of course they wouldn't do that. They'll find it, and they'll find a suitable place to have a refreshment.
Mm-hmm. Yep, a local bar.
Yes, they wouldn't do that, of course.
That's brilliant.
They're not that kind of boys, are they? They're gentlemen.
Oh, respectable Rangers supporters.
I wouldn't go that far. Right, maybe I get these phone lines open before we talk. How did we go to that? Yeah.
I know, that was a weird one, wasn't it? 25 minutes gone.
Yeah. Just shows you don't know where you're going to go, Bridge, do you?
No, you don't. You don't. I find it very interesting all the same, having a discussion about these things, because I don't know. You listen to the results of any polls, and it's amazing how many people think the same as you. And then again, when you think, oh my God, all these people don't think, don't think the same as me now. Yeah, these words.
Yeah. Was it Mark Twain said the problem with democracy is that two idiots cannot vote a genius?
Correct.
Well, that's how you two are beating me tonight, is it?
Oh. Oh.
You hurt me.
Oh dear, I think that was one of Ian's lines. Back in the day, I might be wrong.
He did say that. He did say it. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, you've got to laugh, haven't you? You've got to laugh. Listen, I get it. I fully understood it. You know, these teams, what they've tried to do, what they've said, the hypocrisy. The hypocrisy of them just stinks sometimes, yeah. You know, you have 5,000 fans at a semi-final and they're wanting 20,000 for the final. None of it adds up, you know, the game is mental, but Scottish football organisation, Scottish football, the people running it, yeah, needs a shake-up. Where would you start, Bridge? You're a man of experience. What would you do? Is it the league, the timing of kickoffs is turning into a fuss? Where would you start if you'd a magnet launch? Just quickly, I know we're digressing a bit.
Well, I would go back. Well, I would take it all back to 18 or a 20 league table. That's what I would do. Play twice a season and a kick off at 3 o'clock every weekend. Finish every game 3 o'clock. That's what I'd do. It might not suit the televisions, but my God, that's what I would do.
But you don't think it's close to every game be live on the telly anyway, Bridge?
Well, for certain teams, as you know.
Oh.
But I mean, I just don't get this 5 o'clock at night, 5:30 or 8 o'clock. You know, it's just utter nonsense. You know, we play football at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's it done. Sorry.
The St Johnston game is 8 o'clock on a Sunday night. GB.
I know, when folk have probably got an early start on the Monday Ox, you know what I mean? It's shocking.
That's your special night, a Sunday night. What are you going to do?
Well, I'll wait to move my fixture to Saturday night. But no, again, I just don't think he hangs Ox.
There's always half time, GB.
True. For some light refreshment. It's just, I don't know where they get their thinking for Ox. Even like I says, even like the policing involved in that, and like again the shift changes it's needed for that, the overtime. I don't know how they make it work, Ox. It's just a silly time. I mean, the only time you usually see an 8 o'clock kick-off is in European games. I mean, in Rangers versus St Johnston on a Sunday night is definitely not a European game.
Yeah. So the Great Scottish runs on in Glasgow, yeah. So would it just not be common sense that you make sure that there's no fixtures in Glasgow that Sunday? Bridgeman, it's not that difficult, is it? Yeah, whoever's can't you just the supercomputer? Is it no? Put the data in and let it spin.
I would ask a question, and I'm being very biased about football here. Why on earth do they allow a great Scottish run during the football season? You know what I mean? Why do they do that? Why do they allow that?
Well,
Tell them to move to a Wednesday night or something.
If we were in the Champions League, we'd be playing on Saturday, Bridge. So other people are going to organise events, yeah?
Well, I'm not disputing. They can absolutely do that.
Aye.
But the problem is...
You well know it's too hot during the summer.
Absolutely. Can't disagree with that. Wow.
It's a good point, though, Bridge.
But people are allowed to run their events when they want to run them, Bridge, let's be honest.
Well, we're trying to run our event.
But
We
our
can't get
events
running
have
it.
to-
We can't get
our
running it
events
because
have
it's
to
the same.
move
Runs into the same time as them.
But our events, unfortunately, because of TV or because we're not in the Champions League, we've had to move again maybe for a Saturday or a Sunday. Yeah. And then you've run into that problem. So I can't blame the Great Scottish Run, but again, I can blame Scottish football for that particular Sunday to make sure there's no home games on a Sunday, so you play the fixtures whoever's at home the Saturday so you don't clash. It's no difficult, GB, is it?
Oh, you're right there.
No, and what it says, even the change of venue, the fixture where what says you just play St Johnston away. I mean, why is that so hard today? And we're going to be playing St Johnston away at some point. I mean, why not just reverse the fixture? But no, that's too much hassle. I mean, common sense can't prevail.
That's another argument, mate. Valid argument. Right, okay. We better get these phone lines open to see if anybody's got any points of view or any subjects they want to quiz you two upstanding gentlemen about. Yeah.
Yep, bring them in, Ox. Let's hear their subject matter.
I want to hear the upstanding gentleman.
Let's hear from you and ladies.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yes. About roughly 30 odd % of the people, wait a minute, let me just get this right, voted go to away game. So it's an interesting, it's a it's a cut across the support, yeah. So the sentiment's there, I get it. Yeah. Okay. Right, where are we? Right, you two still there?
Yes, we are indeed.
Aye, still here. Waiting on you patiently.
I thought you get your nights mixed up. You're away there, GB. Right,
I should be so lucky.
Right, Kaylee. Right. So, look, there's been a lot of debate about the system and the shape of the team. Maybe more so about the personnel. Yeah. The personnel, sometimes you've got what you've got. But the manager, Bridgman, he'll get judged in his decision. He picks a team and he sets the shape, yeah? And you work on stuff accordingly, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
In general, yeah.
Yeah, in general, that's his role, isn't it? That's his job, isn't it? You know, and if somebody, if you me and you're standing at the side of the park and you're getting hurt down the left-hand side constantly, you've got to change it. You've got to do something again with football to stop that. Yeah, that's coaching, management, common sense, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but when you go with a game plan, everybody does in a league game of football. Yeah, you agree with that, Bridge?
Agreed. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, and we seem to have this rigid formation that we play. I don't think I've seen Clermont do anything different. We constantly stick to this 4-2-3-1 GB. Yeah.
Iox, falling on our side in the sense that we don't really enjoy it, Ox, but the manager seems to trust his formation, trust what he's trying to get across to the players. But for me personally, Ox, being a total novice in the tactical world, like you say, you're standing at the sidelines and you're seeing stuff happen with your own eyes. You're like, why are they persevering with that? Why are shoring things up? Why helping certain players because they've maybe not got that ability to play your system? I don't know. It's a bit of horses for courses for me, Ox. I think you just got to. You can implement these great systems when you've got probably the right personnel.
Yeah, when I look at that system, I think it's got issues, particularly in the middle of the park, Bridge. and I watched a group of players play for England. Now, they got to the final of the competition. They will argue they were being successful, but I thought majority of the games in the summer, they were very fortunate to get as far as they got with the group of players they've got, Bridge.
Yeah. I get dumbfounded with the tactics of, shall we say, some managers. But there's an enormous amount of managers playing the same system, where maybe a digit here, a digit there, you know. But, but primarily they're the same. They're always playing 3 or 4 at the back, you know, and it's 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-3-1 seems very, shall we say, very popular. And of course that's what we're playing in or 4-1-3-2, whatever they want to call it, you know. I just don't see. I watch the games. Obviously, unfortunately, with a wee bit of illness there, I've not been back at Ibrox for a wee while, obviously because I can't get in anyway. But I'm really looking forward to seeing it and start to work out on the pitch. You see it on full pitch. I can't work it out on the telly. I just can't work it all out. It's just mesmerising me.
You don't see the space on the telly, do you?
Yeah, you do not.
Falls the ball, Bridge, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't always see that full picture, GB, that you see the game that you on the TV.
Aye, Ox. I think that's where I'm probably limited because most of the games I'm watching is on the TV. But from what I says, backing up from what I hear for yourself, Southside, on the kind of tactics and stuff like that, then there's flaws there, Ox, and you wonder why, especially with this kind of time when we were rebuilding, why the manager would leave us so kind of open to be hurt, kind of thing. Like, why would you just try and batten down the hatches a wee bit and stay in the race rather than just playing a bit like what Klopp done in a sense when he first came in, just so it was like open season, like we'll score more than we'll concede kind of thing. But again, it comes back to Ox. It's just it's a personnel side of things. It's all right, I'm doing that with guys that maybe aware of the tactical world. But I think they've got some guys like the Dessers and stuff like that. It's very hard for them to learn a new system because they're on that other side of their football career.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Dessers, he takes up positions. He takes up positions in the team. I think Dessers' problem will be his footballing ability rather than his what he does for the team. Because if we're honest, Bridge, he's maybe an argument that it works because you're the pieces enough chances to win 2 leagues, isn't he?
You can't argue against that anyway, that's for sure. And we have great expectations of Dessers is invariably thrown out the window, and all of a sudden he pops up with chance here, a chance there, and you think, how on earth did he miss it? You know, but it's not unusual for him to miss them. But yeah, you're right. He does pop up. He makes a mockery of the systems sometimes, and it just sometimes just sheer chance the ball falls to him or it hits off his shin and goes forward. It gives him a chance. And see, when he scores, it's magic to watch. But my God, you wonder how did he get the ball in the first place? You know.
Just again, we digress. I'll ask you to a question. Well, he's a likeable lad. Yeah, his football ability is up for debate. But is he the most frustrating player we've ever had? He does some wonderful things like the Betis goal, and then you see other things that he's done. It doesn't add up, does it? GB?
I would suggest he is the most frustrating guy. I would suggest that.
That makes sense, GB.
It does, Ox, because again, he ticks probably most of the other boxes that we want. He's always fit and available. He can score goals, but like I says, there's the other side of it where, like you says, you can give him a chance on a play and he'll hesitate or he'll blow it at the bar. But then the next minute, like you says, the Betis thing, he can turn into Messi. It's just, I think that's when, like the manager says, Ox, the manager said that he wishes that he could have got Hoddy Dessers when he was younger, because he probably would have even made him an even better player. And he probably wouldn't have been at Ibrox.
Aye. So, listen, there's a lot of things that 4-2-3-1 depends on it. It needs a lot of pace in the team. The centre-backs, the full-backs, the wingers, you need pace. The midfield need an engine in them because they're going to get up and down, and obviously you're looking for pace there. You need a number 10 that is going to make things happen, but can help support the midfield. You know, and if you look at your position in that bridge, the centre halves, yeah, we've no great pace in that position. I know that they're on. I'm not saying that they're slow, and you look at Big Balogun, even for his age, he's reasonably quick, but we're not being blessed with great pace in that area for a long time, Bridge. Yeah?
Well, I would say that both of them are quite slow. Certainly not got the pace that the Rangers would want in their centre halves going forward. I don't disrespect to the boys, you know. They are what they are, and Balogun sometimes looks a lot quicker than you realise, you know. He manages to get a wee bit pace when he's trekking back and gets lovely tackles in and that. But that doesn't happen all the time. Most of the time they're stranded because somebody's beat them for pace, particularly that mob across the city. They've got guys with blistering pace, and we just don't have any idea how to match it. We've had a plethora of centre halves who are good players in their own right, but not good enough for the levels that we want them to play at. That's the only way I can look at it. And none of them have been very, very far. Even Helander, you look at Helander, he eats up the ground. Not the fastest person in the whole world, but he eats up the ground. We're just made to look like statues sometimes, that's all. And we desperately need somebody.
Who was the last pacey centre half we had? Quella and maybe Bulgara. Would they be? You know, they were at a different level, if you're being honest, Bridget. Bulgara's a good player. Quella was a wonderful player overall, you know. But Bulgara had a bit of arrogance about his play, and he was quite quick. Wasn't he?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely.
Was that goal he scored against the United, wasn't it? Aye. Yeah, he was some player, big Bulgara, wasn't he?
Well, one of the great things about him was not only could he play football, he's fearless. And he was absolutely fearless. So he would have followed on through, and even with ball sort of drifted away from him a wee bit, he would lunge in and possibly win the ball. But he was fearless in the tackle, and that's great. You get somebody like that. Great.
I mean, you don't have to be quick. I mean, we got Davy Weir, GB. He was a marvellous leader of the game, you know. But we're not blessed with pace in that, because you can get caught with a 4-2-3-1. It's quite an offensive. If you get it right, it can be offensive. And you're prone to the counter attack, and we've seen that in a lot of games. GB, big games, yeah, vital times, yeah.
None more so than all from Mox. I mean, we had Suter and we had Proper, and Proper's been brought in. And granted, I didn't know much about him, but straight away you could see that the boy had no pace. Suter, we know what Suter is, and again, no pace, and that's again big question into it with the formation. This 4-2-3-1, you're needing your defence to be helping protect the goal, and then obviously them to help start the play and be on the alert for, let's say, wingers attacking them. So it's a big position to be in, Ox, for boys that have not got any pace. We're asking them a lot of them, and it proved that Proper couldn't handle the pace, and Suter was caught dilly-dallying at times because of pace.
Yeah, the two issues when he get caught, I don't know if that's anything to do with the system. I think that's just he's lost his concentration, which is criminal in the games, mate. I don't know what he's thinking about. You're never going to get any times, and he's no one of us anywhere. It happened in the first half and the second half. The first one, the first half when they get caught best about with Marine Box was criminal to the nth degree, and obviously nothing happened for it, but that's not the point, Bridge.
Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah, yeah. We've said this before. I mean, you got to cast your mind back to some of our better teams, and when one of the last teams we had where there was pace and actual pace at the back. Jockey Björklund was probably one of the fastest we've ever had.
What about Big Bassey, mate? What about Big Bassey?
Bassey was a really good player, really fast, but I don't think he had the same pace as Björklund. Björklund was like lightning, and you look at the times he managed to get back and do the business. But yeah, Big Bassey was quite quick, and you can go even for lots and lots more. Ronnie McKinnon. I go back as far as Ronnie, one of the fastest players in Britain. On the pitch, tremendous player, tremendous speed. But now, well, they're not very fast. Let's put it that way. They're not very fast.
Aye. Well, we don't know proper. Let's hope he games and his fitness gets tweaked up and he looks okay. We've not seen my new centre half stroke right back yet, but I'll be interested to see where they are. And obviously, we'll get Balogun, we'll get Suter. So we'll see where that goes. And we've got the midfield and we've got this playmaker, and we've got a new group of players, and we've not seen enough of them to judge yet. There's been positives like young Barron and other ones, and I'm being polite here. GB was saying the jury's out. Yeah.
Hi, Ox. The jury is out. It is early days. We've been late in getting signings in, Ox. It's constantly took players time to come in and settle. It's not as if they've all came in at the one time and they've all bedded in pre-season. It's been bits and bobs at times, even right up to the end of the transfer window where we signed a couple of players. So unfortunately, like I says, that's what I was talking about with the international break. It's probably came at the wrong time because we want to keep these games going so these players can get up to speed with the tactics. But aye, the jury's out on the players, Ox, and the tactics now as it stands.
Just getting back to our original subject that we had the poll and the boycott. We've had a call and we want to give him a shout out. It's Billy for Inverness. He's phoned, he didn't want to come on the show. He phoned the technical team about boycotts. He obviously lives up in the north of the country, up in the Highlands, and the only chance he gets is when we go local because he can't travel anymore. Yeah, so there you go. There's just a moral argument. Yeah, there's a moral argument for you, GB. I'm playing the violin for Billy.
And Billy makes a good point there, Ox. It's something I didn't really think of. You always just think Rangers will just jump on a bus and travel out.
Me, that's your trouble.
The selfish bear that I am. But no, it's been a thing. Even like the England national team's been criticised that they've got fans up in Newcastle and everything, that they don't get a chance to go and see them because the games are always in London. So I get it, Billy. That side I wouldn't enjoy, because what it says, every young fan should have a chance at seeing Rangers at some point in their life.
I don't know if Billy's I'm putting two together. Billy might know, but I think he's a more mature fan, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, he's probably one of the. He's probably one. Oh, I do apologise. Sorry. On you go.
On you go, bitch.
I was going to say, Billy's probably a chap that we're talking about boycotting away games, and Billy's his words are something like he doesn't get the chance. He can't travel too far, so the only games he can get to is when he's up in the local. So, for instance, if we're playing Inverness, Cali Thistle or Ross County or something like that, I would imagine that he could maybe get to the games. And yes, that falls. I would say these are the type of games that fall right into the area where we've got a bit of contention with, where people like me would quite gladly, shall we say, want to sort of stop away fans going to Rangers fans going to away games. but it doesn't work out because you're going to stop Rangers fans going. And Rangers fans want to go. And they don't really care. They want to go and see their team. And therefore, people like me shouldn't be allowed to dictate about these games. That's what we're speaking about. And neither I should. Neither I should, because
I hope you're feeling really, really bad now.
I feel terrible. I feel terrible. I do. And I've said this to you before. I come out and I say these things, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I just don't want to give them anything. But the Rangers fans are the Rangers fans, and I was one of these Rangers fans that went to all the games, home and away, when I was younger. So I know how it feels, and I don't want to stop it. And in reality, I don't want to stop anyone going to a game. That's the last thing I want.
Listen, so
Jumping the turnstiles with you, Bridge.
No, well, whatever, you know.
put it this way, you never get lifted, do
No, that's right. That's right. We used to run some buses, and when the most popular place to go to was actually Tynecastle, believe it or not. But then every now and again we went away up to Aberdeen when the games were on. So we went to a lot of places, travelled all over the country, went to see the Rangers, and then I was injured, couldn't play football. But when the injuries get cleared up, I was back to playing football as opposed to travelling. But I know exactly what Billy means. I just know it. So humblest apologies if I've insulted anyone. I didn't.
I don't think he's taking that. It's just giving you an added thing for thought. I think everybody, even the people who are against it, understand the sentiment, because they keep trying having pops at his Bridge, and they've also got short memories.
Absolutely.
I get the sentiment. I just don't think it's ever going to work or be universally popular. Yeah.
Yeah. See, some of my ideas are crap.
No. I mean, obviously, they've got merits. They've got merits, and people with their frustrations, and we've seen that. And I'll use the word, we've seen the hatred for some teams. GB.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They deserve a pound and a half. As I get Bridges' sentiment. Yeah.
Actually, look at Livingston when they came out and says we need day 3 stands full every season because it helps us buy players. It helps us have a budget to keep afloat. And look at them, obviously they end up getting relegated and stuff like that. So, and they're missing out on that big time. So that will affect how they operate. And it's just madness, because you would think if you want to get back at the old firm that you would try and make your team as strong as possible and hurt them by taking points off them and giving your fans something to enjoy. That would be my mindset. I'd want them there to beat them and, like I say, show them that they've had a bad day. I mean, that kind of thing, spoil their day out. So I don't get the mindset, Ox. I would want, as a business, I would want to make as much money as possible and reinvest it and make myself stronger so that I can keep challenging. And hopefully one day that you would get to a cup final or something like that. But no, they would rather cut their nose off to spite their face.
That might be a wise word, Stevie. That might be a wise word, sir.
We'll see, Ox. We'll wait till Billy gets back to his the boycotts.
I get your sentiment. So, just getting back to the shape of our team, you know, if you play offensively, you're playing with 3 players across the top, and they're meant to be interchangeable and maybe to help each other. Now, I don't know if we've got that personnel at the moment who can do that, and the players that we know, GB, yeah.
They are much like kind of rabbit and headlights a wee bit, the new Ox, aren't they? Like when you look at Diamande, he does work his socks off, but sometimes he gets lost in the game. Young Barn, again, total work rates, you can give him 10 out of 10 nearly every week. But sometimes, again, the pass to Tierney, like I said, that could be his fault, but it could have been Tierney's fault or no. It's one of the ones, looking back at it, you might think the next time maybe do a different pass. But the tactics, again, are dictating that he's meant to put that pass on. You know what I mean? that's a hard thing. It's making them sometimes make mistakes. So I don't know. Do you need more experienced players to carry out that kind of formation, Ox?
I don't know about experience. I'll tell you my problem with my personal problem with the setup at Bridge. Yeah. Right. This is my problem. If you're an opposition manager who's intent on going out and stopping me, and I'm not talking about the last game we played, because that's a game that both teams are trying to win in theory, right? But if you're an opposition manager that we face, or just try to stifle and stop, yeah. If you set up with the players in the same position and the same thing all the time, they know what you're going to do before the game starts if you don't do any different. Now, people argue that good teams have done that forever, but we're not quite where we would like to be. And it would make it easy for us to get stifled because they know what the shapes that we're going to be in. And they know where the space is going to be in the pitch when the odd occasion when they get the ball, where to be and where to put it, because you leave gaping holes with that 4-2-3-1. That's my personal view on it, Bridge, if that makes sense. I've got a lot more I could say on it, but that sums it up.
No, your last statement is 100%, and that's exactly a mirror of what happens to us. It happened to us against them the other Saturday. Gaping holes, absolutely gaping holes, and that's exactly what happens to us, you know. And but even there's better teams than us, you know, and they can easily thread right through us. So I don't know what we're going to do. I really don't know, but yeah, every pattern that we try to put out, you know, and assemble on the pitch, it's easily picked out.
How can that same shape go away to Benfica and be robbed, GB?
It's a hard one because, like you would I imagine it's two teams wanting to play football, but then at the Old Firm it was two teams wanting to play football. I don't know. That's probably one for yourself and Fox. That question, Ox. But what I would say is see their second goal. That shows you the criticism of Clement's tactics because they were all playing at instruction, and Butland again was made look very, very silly because he even said it himself. As soon as the ball was played out, he moved into a position where he thought that the players were going to go up the park. And because he was playing instruction, that's when Kyogo had all that space to go and hit a shot on the other side of his goal. Whereas when you're probably not having that much instruction, he would have probably been more like, well, hold on a minute, I'm going to play the ball out, but then I'm going to put myself more central to my goal. All he was thinking about is making sure that he was in that shape.
If a goalie's thinking like that, we'll get real problems, Bridge. If a goalie's starting to think tactics,
Yeah, absolutely. That's scary.
That is the worry, though, Ox, because he's openly admitted that the reason why he conceded that goal was because that he was playing instruction. He set himself up because of what Clement wanted.
I'm not buying that, mate. I get it. I've heard that, and I'm not buying it. It just it was half a step too far to the one side when he should have been in the middle of his goal, and he got caught out. His fault. Yeah, wasn't maybe his fault up until the shot comes in, but as soon as the shot leaves the guy's foot, he's in the right position. He had time to get himself in the right position. It was poor goalkeeping. Bridge
wasn't reading the game. You could see it. Yeah. He ended up a yard away from where he should have been, and that's uncatchable. You can't catch it up, you know. The goals that they scored against us, I mean, the wee guy, he just hit the ball from 20 yards, 18 to 20 yards on the carpet, right into the corner. The goalkeepers really struggle against that. If they're not on top of that, then they ain't going to get it. Simple as that. And that was
he gave himself too much today. And it was
absolutely.
For the shot leaving his feet to get in the net, it's a goalie's fault, GB.
Oh, it's his fault all day long, but again, there's blame for Clement because he's wanting to do this play out for the back, and that's what ends up happening. I don't like it. I hate the goalies playing out for the back because they're no good at it, Ox. or the only ones that are good at it is the very top level.
The ball was in when they started the move. The ball was in the Celtic half. He's got time to make sure he's in the right position. Watch the game, get himself in the right position. Use the penalty spot. Use the pitch. Use his goal post to make sure he's in the middle of his goal, mate. There's only one guy at fault for that goal after the shot. Up until then, there's other people at fault. Once the guy's shot, it's Jack Butland's fault all day long. No excuses in my eyes. Bridge.
Absolutely, 100%. Jack Butland's fault, 100%.
GB. Last word before we go to the tune.
Ox. Like I says, it's definitely his fault. I just don't enjoy overall any goalkeeper trying to play it for the back. McGregor couldn't play it for the back either, and we've seen it with even McLaughlin and all that in the past. I don't think it's a good formation for us.
All right, get yourself some mute because we're going to have a tune.
See them march on, marching on through the years of history. Heads held on high, for the jersey they would do or die. Fight for right, play the game with the badge of glory. Win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Follow they will, marching on to the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story. See them march on, banners high as they fly before you, loyal and true, on the way to cheer the boys in blue. Follow they will, marching on to the songs of glory. Win, lose or draw, that's the Glasgow Rangers story.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting about the shape. I mean, listen, individual errors are individual errors. Sometimes managers might get themselves in trouble with them, but I don't know if that one with Butland, I'm struggling to blame the goalkeeping staff. I've got issues with some of the stuff that maybe they, but no, that one. But the shape, right? Mr. Fox, he's a guy that he looks at things a wee bit deeper sometimes, GB, than me and you, yeah?
Aye, Ox, aye.
I'm not talking about Rangers, I'm talking about life in general, but that's another story. And I wonder about his take. I'm going to bring him in and see what he thinks, because he's nudged me. I don't know if that's the right technical term, but he's nudged me. I think he's got thoughts on it and the pace of the team and how we're trying to build, and see what he sees on it, because he might see it different for everybody else. Evening, Fox. How you doing, Mucker?
Good evening.
How we doing, mate? Good to hear from you, mate, yeah?
Aye, I've been listening intently to you talking about the formations and how the players play in that formation. I've looked quite a lot into Clement and Klopp's signings this year, and I've had a good look at all the players in my squad, and I can see where the manager is trying to head, mate. And I've dug myself up a team here, mostly consisting of their signings and why I think they've possibly bought them.
Wow.
And I've got a reason why I'm picking these players in these positions.
All right. I'm keen to hear from you, mate. Let's hear it.
Right, before everybody falls down laughing, this is my team. It would be Butland, Jeffy, Balogun, Proper and Casemiro. The two central midfielders would be Insala and Barron. The three up front, three in the attacking midfield would be Cortes, Barjami and Czerny. And I would say goodbye to Dessers and bring in Ingeman as the striker, mate.
Right, let's hear your reasons.
Right, Jack Butland's in goal because obviously I think he's a better keeper than the boy Kelly. But if you look at the fullbacks first, the whole reason behind having fullbacks in a 4-2-3-1 is they've got to be quick and they've got to be able to get forward and have good technical ability. So my two fullbacks are Jeffy and Casemiro. Both, for me, have pace. They've got ability to get forward. I would have had Tavin, as everybody knows, but I agree with everybody else that he's lost that bit of pace that is vital to his game. The two at centre-back, I'm a wee bit in disagreement with some of you that say we need to have pace at the back. You don't need to have pace if Jack Butland moves a wee bit further forward when we're on the attack, mate, to cover balls over the top. I think Proper, Balogun are both good positionally. Balogun, especially in the air, is very strong. Proper reads the game very well for me. The midfield two, for me, are the most important players in the formation. They have got to cover the fullbacks when they move into attacking positions. We've seen this well demonstrated years ago when we had Kamara and Jack who covered for Barisic and Taverner in the 55 season, where we hardly lost a goal. We were good at going forward, and that was based off a solid back four. And two midfielders that could cover forward attacking fullbacks. The front three have got to have individuality and, for me, good creative values in the team. And they three for me would be Cortes, Barjami and Czerny. And up front, Ingeman for me is another Alfredo Morelos. I think he's a bit more skilled than Morelos was. And I think he's probably, sorry, somebody speaking there? No. I think Ingemani is going to be an absolute superstar for us, mate. The boy has strength, pace, ability, and can score goals. And that would be my team. And I think that's what Clement is heading for, a team very close to that. And I think we'll see most of that team play before the turn of the year.
So what were you going to do with Tavernier, Foxy?
Well, I would put James Tavernier on the bench, mate, and it's hard for me to say.
Exactly.
Now, I've got to be honest, I haven't seen quite a lot of these players play for any sort of time. It's based on what I've seen them do in clips and games for their previous clubs. People will be surprised at Insala because nobody's heard of him, and he's not exactly been into anywhere near the first team. I think he played in a friendly. That boy can play the left side of the midfield, he can play centre half, and he can play left back. So I think, as I say, and I think Connor Barron on the other side has the ability to cover for Casemiro when he goes forward. What do you think of that?
I think that boy in Salah's a smashing player. All left foot, brilliant player. Brilliant player.
How you project Casemiro? People think we've signed that boy for Man United.
Casemiro, is that not his name? No?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just stick to Big Nara. Yeah, listen, Fox, I get what you're saying. And managers are allowed to build your own team. I don't think people will be shocked that you think. Yeah, I know you've had some left field things out there, but I don't think it's as left field as Fox has had in the past. GB, in you come, mate.
No, Fox, and well put, mate. And this is a good, pacey attacking team. I like it, mate. I do like it. The only one that's probably jumped out to me is probably Sterling, no involved. Is that purely just because of maybe his injury worries that we've had with him, Fox?
No, it's not. I just don't think he's got the technical ability to be the right back, mate. I think he could be used there in games, maybe tough away games, etc. But I think we've not seen the Casemiro boy yet, but I've watched him in YouTube clips. He is rapid, mate, and he's got talent. And I hope to see him very shortly.
Aye, I hope we see a lot of the players you've mentioned, Fox, really soon, because the manager's needing it. It's a clean slate for me now after what happened with Alford. He's got a clean slate. He's got time now. He's had coming up for about 2 weeks to train with the team and get the tactics more settled. The new signs can get settled into the team as well. For me, the excuses start to get taken away, Ox, now.
Yeah, Big Nara, but do you see him? You think he's going to be right back? I thought he'd be coming in to play centre back, Fox, yeah?
Who's that? Sorry, I never heard that bit.
Big Nara, the right back, right centre half, yeah? Yeah, I don't even try and get his, I don't want to get his surname wrong, yeah?
Oh, Casemiro.
Casemiro, all right, Casemiro, yeah. But I just think I thought when he was coming in the door, I think he was coming in a centre back. He might be able to play dual position, because if you take your rationale and we go with Proper and Balogun, what if we go back up? We get Suter.
Suter, aye. All we've got is Suter and the boy Leon King, who for me is not a centre half either.
That's my rationale. I think he's. Listen, you might be right, I might be right. It'll not be the first time that's happened, does it?
No, but I was always wondering about why he signed these players. And if you look at the system and the way the tactics set up, these are the sort of players that you would pick to go into these positions. A lot of the boys are young and they need probably some time to make their first team debuts, but he's planning for the future. He's got a 4-year contract. He's already stated that everything will only be up to tip-top after one transfer window, mate. You know what I mean? And I think the manager knows what he's doing. I think the fans have no patience. We have had a massive clear-out. I think it's 16 players. And how the fans expect us to go toe-to-toe with them across the city in the first 6 weeks of the season, mate, I think is absolutely crazy. I think the manager should be given time, because I think he knows what he's doing. And I think Coppin is going to be very good at finding his young talent, mate. And
I hope you're right, mate. I hope you're 100% right. Yeah, I think the patience maybe for March, the hangover has meant that the patience just snapped a bit, Fox, yeah?
I agree, but I mean, our fans have never been known to be patient, but this is a tough time. We're going through a full transition, and we need to be patient. We need to back the players and we need to back the team to help them go forward. I just think that he knows exactly the road he wants to go down. I think the board know the road he wants to go down, and I think they're going to give him the time to do it.
Bold statements, but I'll remind you, it's a results-driven industry, mate.
It's only as a result, but all teams all over the world have transitional teams, mate, whether they haven't been the best of teams for maybe a season or 2 seasons till they get up and running. I mean, if you were in a work tomorrow and they came in and changed all the machinery, gave everybody new instructions how to work it, how long do you think it would take for the factory to get up and running, Ox? It's not done overnight.
Am I the right person to ask that question?
I don't know, are you?
No, he's no. No, he's no.
Bridgman.
Yeah, but Fox is right there. You know, it's going to take time, and most of the Rangers fans are completely exasperated and desperate to get this hurdle and get over this hurdle, and let's let the players, the manager and the players start playing football. Whatever plan the manager is going to come up with is going to be really important. And the first few games for the next month are going to be absolutely crucial. 3-pointers every game, 3-pointer. And for God's sake, please get us back into Ibrox. Get the thing sorted, get back into Ibrox, please. Let all the fans in. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's never dreamt it was going to be this long. It seems to be taking forever, Oxley, you know, just forever.
Well, we're back in the next home game, Bridge, yeah?
Yeah, only except the what do you call it? The Copeland's no on.
Everybody who's signed up for the tickets has got a ticket, isn't they?
No.
If you've signed up for the CCS to take the cup tickets, you'll get a ticket.
For the cup game, sorry. Yeah, of course. Of course, yeah. I do apologise. Yes.
Yeah, and then by the next league game, everybody's back. So that's sorted, isn't it?
Well, I'm hoping so. I'm hoping it doesn't take much longer.
Uh-huh.
It's really important, really important. But we'll see how it goes. Pal.
See, before I go, can I give you my reserve team?
Oh, no.
GB, you're listening. I might get a game in this one. Carry on.
Right. And this is mostly players not signed by Clement. It would be Kelly in goal, Yilmaz, King, Suter and Tav. A midfield of Raskin and Diamande. The 3 attacking midfielders would be Matondo, Lawrence and McCausland with Essers up front. I'd like to see the 2 teams play against each other in training, mate. See who comes out the best.
Well, that's pretty interesting, Fox, because when you think about that team that you've got as a reserve team, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them, 8 of them were involved in that Old Firm game. And you've got them as reserves.
Yep.
Wow.
I'm sure they played in the last couple of games. That defence.
He's always fought out there, Bridges, you know. We've had to put up with him for years, but I get his rationale. I think he's not saying that team, his A team's going to be the team on Sunday, but he said that there's going to be some of these new players are going to be fed in, mate.
Interesting. Right? Yeah, interesting. I thought it quite intriguing, you know. But yeah, you're right. If you take the goalkeeper out to in the back four, that's part of our first team.
Yeah.
GB. Incredible.
I hope they do. I hope that they do get filtered into the team, because let's face it, we've tried everything else, Ox. We've tried spending big. We've tried budgets. We've tried everything else to build a team. And like I says, maybe Fox is right. Maybe we just need to get these boys in and hopefully they hit the ground running, because we've seen it with other teams. They've signed players and they've came in and, like I says, they've ripped up Scottish football. So hopefully we've got some of them just sitting there ready to go, Ox, and especially that young striker that we've been trying the coach in the background. Hopefully he's nearly there.
I'd stick my neck out, GB, and say in years to come, he'll be the highest priced transfer that Rangers will have.
He certainly showed something at Hawks for the limited time he was on in Old Firm. His wee hit and run was, and how he beat better player and stuff like that. At least he showed he's got something about him. I would have been more worried if he was fumbling there the ball like what Dessers does at times. But he seemed to have, like I says, a football brain. So, like I says, the team that you've said, Fox, on paper and how you've set up and stuff like that, it looks exciting. It looks an attacking team. The only time that Clement's got to get a chance for this, I think, is that he shows something in Old Firms. I think the fans will be forgiven in the sense if we have a couple of draws away from home and that. But the Old Firms, the only reason Stevie G got time was that he was showing progression against Celtic. And if Clement starts to show that, then he'll get time. But if it's mere drubbins, then the fans will lose faith in what he's trying to do.
Fox, I've got a question for you just before you go, mate.
Yes.
Right.
Don't make it too hard.
No, I never would when you're about, mate. Right. The manager was meeting with the supporters tonight in Edmondson House for an event, yeah? And I think part of that would be some questions. Some of them could be tricky, and the other two lads can get their powder dry because they'll be getting the same question next, Fox. If you were sitting with Philip Clement, what would you ask him?
I would ask him what I've just said, mate. His reasons for 4-2-3-1 and why the personnel that he's brought in are going to fit into the side. That'd be my question to him. I think everybody would like for the manager to explain what he's trying to do. He doesn't get asked the right questions in press conferences to state anything like that. It's always headline grabbing questions that the press throw at him. But I think sitting in Edmondson House tonight, I think he'll be more open with the supporters, mate. And I hope he gets a good reception.
Here, here.
GB, what would you ask him?
Kind of similar, Rox. The tactics side of things, like I would ask him, are you aware of how open we are at times and how we're getting cut open with doing the wings and stuff? I would ask him that, like, why are you persevering with that? Like, as it stands now, like, if he's needing time to get the players in, then by all means, we'll give him the time. But until then, you'd think he would maybe make us a wee bit more harder to beat. That's all I would ask him.
But saying that formation, Gary, can I just answer that? When we're attacking, we've got 6 attackers. And we were defending in that system, we've got 6 defenders. So it's the most flexible system, and it was still up with Brazilian coaches, and that's a thing that's been taken all over the world. A lot of teams play 4-2-3-1 because of the versatility in the system. We have just got to learn it.
Mate, I know, he's a big fan of Brazilian. Bridgeman, there you come.
Yeah. Well, by the way, it was really good and a good explanation there, Fox, as well, you know.
What would you ask him, Bridge?
Well, I would ask him what's happening with the players who have got severe injuries. That's what I would ask him. I'm not being funny. I think it's, and I'd want a proper answer. I mean, the Danilo one is just incredible. So bad luck, such bad luck for the fella. And the other ones that are supposed to be ready to play, but they're not ready to play. That's all I would really ask him. Other than that, I know the manager's going to be very busy. He's got a lot of work to do and lots of players to get coaching. But the injured players on Rangers books are a mystery, and I would like to know what he was going to do about it. That's what I'd like to know. Now, it might not be quite romantic or anything like that for you guys to listen to, but I'd be fascinated with it.
Oh, it's a valid question, Bridge, because he did commit that he was going to sort it out, yeah,
Yeah, indeed.
you know. All right, listen, we're moving into the last bit of the show, and give us your thoughts about what Fox has just said on his team. Has he shocked you? Give us what you would ask Philip. Come on, put your Philip question to the two tactical geniuses.
Oh,
Yeah, GB and Bridgeman, yeah.
You know what I'll get answer? Boycott.
Let's hear from you.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Right, come and join us. Give your thoughts, as we said earlier on. But interesting, GP. Oh, Foxy boy. Yeah, he sees the game. He's a purist, if that makes sense. Yeah.
He's level-headed, Ox. Like, a lot is a kind of near-jerk reaction, and it's that way that, like, I've probably been on Clement's back all season so far, and it's just purely because I'm annoyed at, like, how easy we have been getting cut on, how much space teams are getting at times. But when Fox is putting it that way about how he's trying to set the team up and what players should actually be doing, then there's a bit of me that feels sorry for him, because it's really the players that are not letting him down. Or the players are not following instruction, Ox. You know what I mean? What would you ask him, Ox? See if as it stands now. What would you ask him?
That's a good question, mate. Well, I never really thought about it. I'll come back to you once Bridge comes in. I'll just when you were thinking about it, I never even gave it a thought. Yeah. I'll come right back to you. No, I didn't. I'll come back. I'd want it to be a good one. Yeah.
How much money he's got in January?
No. All right, just off the top of my head, right? Yeah, all right. Out the 16 players that left the club, would you like to have kept any of them?
I bet you I could answer the one I wanted.
Do you think?
Ryan Jack.
No, Lundstrom.
Lundstrom. You think you wanted to keep him?
That gives both the answers. Give me the fear.
Mm-hmm. No, but that gives me the fear, Ox, especially with how it's turned out in Turkey for him now.
Well, Turkey's not just for Christmas. Did you read that alleged article on the weekend? That's alleged, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. Aye, but again, Ox, he kept banging on about how he was trying to keep him off on contracts and all the rest of it, and that's his end up. It was just that he clearly picked another team because the money was there, right? But again, if the money was right, we would be sitting with Lundstrom now in that midfield. I don't know.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
The way the fans are the new Ox, with the way Tava is playing, I think it would just add fuel to the fire. To be honest, I think it was better that he did go.
Aye, I think the ship has sailed. Yeah. Some of the remarks are one of surprising. Bridge, I don't know if you've seen it, Bridge. I know you're too busy sometimes doing the Observer and the Telegraphs.
Oh, dear, listen to that.
There was crosswords on a Sunday, yeah.
So you were speaking about John Lundstrom in Turkey.
Aye.
A couple of the comments about him were actually quite cruel. But it looks like, and forgive me, I might not have picked the whole thing up, but it looks like he's not wanted by the club, or the club's manager. Anyway. Allegedly, of course. We're not there, we just don't know. But I mean, if that's the case. Oops.
Anyway, we've been joined by John. Evening, John.
Good evening, Ox. How you doing?
I'm all right. How's your good self?
Fine, thank you. And hi to your other two guys. Bridgman, is it? And hello.
Hi, John.
Hello there. I was just listening there to you asking about Lundstrom. Oh, I wouldn't bring him back. Definitely no. The fans would go nuts.
No, none about that. I don't think any has said that. Yeah, the question I said was which of the 16 players that left the club, is there any you would keep? And,
oh, sorry. Well, that was more.
Yeah, and then the boys.
Wrong. I got the end of the bit.
The boys came up with. GB said they think he would, maybe I said Lundstrom because he had mentioned that in the past. He didn't say he would keep him. And Bridgeman said Ryan Jack, because Bridgeman was quite fond of Ryan Jack. That correct, Bridge?
I was indeed, yes. I was,
yes, yeah, all right. So many were saying that we would keep Lundstrom, would have kept Lundstrom, John, yeah?
Ah, right, okay. I maybe missed it.
No, not at all.
Mistakenly got the end of the story there after I'd been on with my call to yourselves. But I would like to be.
What would you ask Philip? Come on.
I would like to look at him and watch his eyes, never mind his lips moving, to see, because I'll be able to tell who's lying or not.
What would you ask him?
I would be asking him about this formation, and was it his plan that once he had the players that he's now got in, did they honestly think it was going to make a difference to the team? And I'm hoping this last 2 weeks that they've kind of had together, we might possibly see a difference.
Well, you're hoping so. That's our job, to improve.
I am saying hope, aye. I mean, we'll not know to see them playing.
No. Well, I don't know if you'll get the telly or the show on, John, if you could just turn it off.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I'll wait to see.
Right. GB, in you come on John's point.
Hi, John.
Hi there.
No, good points. I think what it says, Clement is a bit of a crossroads. I think hopefully what it says that this kind of couple of weeks off's got to give him time to reevaluate things, and what it says hopefully bed in the ideas. And what it says we'll just need to see how this Sunday goes. I think what it says, I'm hoping for, like I says, a revived team and a better understanding for them all.
Aye. As I say, we'll know until we actually see it. We'll be that busy trying to watch for the differences. No, I'll probably miss half the game. I'm going, well, he's not doing very well. I'll have it all right and do all my wee notes.
All right, do you write notes then, John? Do you? You ought to tell some of these people on here they've got to start writing notes.
Oh, I like to put my notes down in different things that are, or if I do come on here for something, that I would like to ask if there's no specific thing getting actually getting spoke about. But as I say, we'll see.
Are you listening, Bridge? A woman that takes notes. Are you listening?
Aye, I think that I don't want to say too much on that type of subject. I've had a few notes taken down about me, I can assure you.
You write notes about yourself?
No. It's normally some people in uniform that do that.
Name address.
No, but it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, it will be, because look, we've had one game. By the time we've played one game in 3 weeks, so we can't use tiredness, GB. Yeah.
No, Oxen, that's been quite an annoying thing that it's been getting touted about as well, saying players were knackered and all that. And to be honest, they weren't exactly stretched during pre-season and stuff. The whole point I thought of pre-season was to get them ready for loads of games, 2 games a week and stuff like that. And it was one of the things that Clement even said, that he was going to get the players fitter. So, no excuses with that, Ox. I don't want to hear that at all, that players are tired, because, again, they've had another wee break there. They've had plenty of time for rest.
Anyway, talking about people who are never tired, I've been joined by Bob Chair. Evening, Bob Chair.
Good evening, everyone. How are you doing?
Hi, Bob Jet.
Evening, Bob.
How are you doing, Bridge?
All right, Bob,
right.
yourself?
Oh, not too bad, pal. Just back from London. I was doing visiting my daughter all weekend.
All right. Okay.
I could visit that place, but I couldn't live there. I was right across the Tottenham Stadium. Anyway, never mind about that. How are the night? What's the latest with the Jars? I've not heard anything all weekend, bar that nonsense on YouTube, of course.
Oh, well. Listen, there's no a lot officially come out the club. Yeah, a lot of stories that the St. Johnston boycott, etc. We were discussing about the shape. Bob, yeah. But what's your take? Well, no doubt one game in 3 weeks, so we're saying that tiredness isn't going to be anything we're going to accept as an excuse in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, these are top-class pros. They're not going to be tired. They're training every day. They're young, fit men. How do they buy into that? Not at all. You've got a full season in front of you here.
Yeah.
A full season in front of you. They're saying they're tired. No, I don't think so.
I'll pass you to my young, fit men expert, Joan.
Oh, no, me. I don't even have a man. I just keep a dog now.
That was a joke, John. Carry on.
I know. I'm just,
You got a dog, John?
I've got a dog, yes. I've got a Bedlington Terrier called Sam.
All right. I've got you in the Barts on Rangers Radio.
Right, okay. Listen, you two go and get a room and we'll carry on with the show. GB.
I used to have a boxer, by the way. No. Good to have you on tonight, and like I say, it's good to hear your points and stuff like that. I think we're all just eager to see the team back this weekend, and hopefully, like I say, some the Clement's getting these a couple of bombs kicked up the backside, Oxer.
I don't listen with some of these. I don't know if that's what happens now. Football's changed a lot. I get your frustrations, GB. First and foremost, I want to see more players fit. See where we are with Cortez, Raskin. You know, we've got that people fighting for places again. Proper, is he going to be fit? And we're going to see a couple of the new players. I think Najami, I hope I've said his name right. I think we might see him on the bench when he comes back for international football. I think he's playing the right. Yeah, I'll get the technical department check if he was playing and they get him right. So, and we might see him taking part maybe as a sub. So we're starting to develop new players and new personnel. Bob Jarrah.
Right, I was thinking about that the weekend about the amount of injuries that we've picked up. Hawks, it seems to never end, doesn't it? Let's hopefully it can end sometime and we can get a full fit squad on the park. There's Cortez. Is there any news on him? Is he ready and available yet? Does anybody know?
Well, I've not
heard. I hope so, that laddie, when I've seen him at first. Good player.
Bob, we're not going to hear in for the club till Thursday, Friday, mate, yeah?
Aye, well, that's true. We've been off for a fortnight. That's a fact. So we'll just have to sit on our laurels. But look, Rangers aren't out in the tournaments. We've seen this before. We've seen a downturn in things before. And dare I say, we'll see it again. But we'll come back. Definitely. Too big a club, no way. We'll come back, all right. Come back bigger and stronger. We're a bad day at the Old for Sarah in the week past Sunday, but hey-ho, that's it. That's behind us. Let's get on with it now at Dundee on Sunday. And you'll hear in the press all weekend what a fine team this Dundee United is. And they'll be Rangers the toughest thing. Oh, come on. This is Dundee United we're talking about, a small family club. We're Rangers. Let's run right over the top of them, Jers. My take on it. Get the determination back in here again. I'm keen to see the Albanian laddie.
Mm-hmm. Bridgeman?
I agree with what Bob just says. We shouldn't have, for the upcoming game, we really shouldn't have any problems at all. We've got to be able to go out there and just murder them. You know, and I mean that in the nicest way, of course. I'll mollocate them then. Mollocate them. So you watch what you're saying, ain't you, really? But no, I'm so looking forward to being able to see the team again. I look forward to watching the game and desperate to get back to Ibrox. Just desperate to see my team. I'm getting to get excited about it all now. So roll on the weekend. Roll on the weekend. Come on, Rangers. Roll on.
Yes. Joan, your take on it? The new players and
as I said earlier on, I'm really hoping that he'll have a different team, if you like. We'll see. You know, with some of these different players on all working together. Hopefully, they'll all be working together, and I'm looking for a result. To be quite honest with you,
we need it.
I couldn't take another. No, I just couldn't take another that Sunday. Like,
Listen, you're right. We need a result. GB.
We do need the result, because I'll tell you, if we didn't get a result, the supporters are going to go nuts.
Aye, Ox, we definitely we need a result this weekend, and then hopefully a wee bit of momentum. But I think, like what Fox was saying earlier, the long term is, if there's got to be wee stumbles, we'll accept that. But when it comes to the big games and stuff like that, I think we've got to, we need to start laying down a wee bit of a marker, especially in the next Old Firm. I think, as it stands now, he's just needing momentum now, in time. But come the next Old Firm game, we want to see something. Ox, it's all right beating the other teams in the SPFL, but they're the main ones. We need to get out of this hurdle once and for all.
I don't want to see something, mate. I want to win.
I know, mate. I know, but it's like the Gerrard situation, isn't it? You see maybe one win at home, and then you'll see maybe as lose another couple. But as long as you see progression in that kind of tie, then there's hope there. But if you're constantly, turning up and you're just getting beat with 3-0s all the time and putting it down to stats, then I'm sorry, it's the manager's no learning for it. He would be turning into another Gio. You know what I mean? And that's not what we want. We want to see progression.
Yeah, but the problem is, mate, I think they're still paying for 2 managers. Could we end up be paying for 4? Can we really get down that road? That's the downside, as much as I've got concerns. Could you be paying for Gio, Beale, come on, and then bring another one, paying for 4 managers on your books at one time?
Surely not. Surely not.
I mean, I get your point, mate, and I get the frustrations and understand you need results, but that would be some scenario. But we'll see where it goes. It's a results-driven business.
No, think about.
Yeah, it's a very, very much so a results-driven business. But surely these mishaps have got to stop. We've got to be able to get a team that can play football, and surely this manager is able to do that. Once he's got rid of the whatever furore was on about transfers and things like that, that's all settled. We hope it's all settled, and all he needs to do is get his team playing football now. And by rights, we should, reputationally anyway, we should be able to get and handle ourselves against any team in this league without a shadow of a doubt. But our last performance didn't go too well. But then things have changed since then as well. So we need to get up, get our chins up, and just go on and get it going. Surely we're not going to ponder management changes. Surely not. Surely get rid of that. We need to start being confident with the manager and get everything done. Let the manager go on and do his job. He's got to be able to do it.
Yeah. But, Bridgeman, if you don't get results, the pressure does grow. And that's when I don't disagree with you, GB. You need results.
Iox says that I think the lesser teams we should be taking care of with the talent that we've got in that squad. We've proved it. We like say Ross County, how we can demolish a team, and hopefully that gives them the time to build and be ready for the next one at home. So that says, if I'm watching kind of Ross County games right up to the next Old Firm game, I'm sure there'll be confidence there and the fans will be right up for it. But if we're seeing games like, say, away at Hearts constantly, Hawks, then the alarm bells will start ringing again, unfortunately.
You need to win results. Performances sometimes only that important. Bob, we want to see both, but it's about results, mate. Eh?
Well, that's what it's all about. Not about results. Not necessarily about performances, but results. As you say, we've got a squad there that's got a lot of talent in it. But you go half of them missing half the time through injury, and that's what's frustrating everybody. You see this and that, and then Hickson sitting on the bench. Get the full fit squad on the park. We're a match for anybody in this league, and that includes them. No more rip-ups of squads, no more managerial changes. The club's suffered for that too much in recent times. We can't afford it again. We've got to go with what we've got and get the best out of what we've got. It's as simple as that. It's no easy, and we're on a downer at the moment, but we'll get out of it. I'm confident we'll get out of it. We're Rangers, Christ almighty. Forgive my friends. I'm sorry. You're a care ducks, I know.
In front of the young
we're
ladies
the Jers,
well.
we're the Bears. We're too big for this. We'll get out of it all right.
Yeah, but Bob Jed in front of the young lady as well.
Yes, I've got to think of the young lady. I mean, I married her. I married her. She hated me that much. I just got invited to the reception at night.
And you come, John. Don't laugh. You'll encourage her.
You keep telling me I'm a young lady. If only. Hear me.
Right, so young to me, John.
I'm young in the mind, but no, knowing the arthritis category, etc.
But you've still got a passion for our club, John, eh?
Oh, I've got a passion for the Rangers. Oh, that'll never die. That will never die. No, definitely no. And I'll be sitting here myself shout at the telly. And since the dogs went deaf, he'll no be diving off the couch now and running through the bedroom.
I shouldn't laugh, but I can just picture the scene. The dog having a yap and somebody miss a chance and she'll start shooting the ball in GB.
A day, aye. And since I've moved house, I've been planted with Celtic supporters here side of me again. And I'm going like, no. I'm putting a flag outside. I'm not caring. I'm not caring. No. Especially when the boy flew up the stairs, come down and with a Celtic top on, and I went, whoa, whoa! How dare you? I actually said to him, I went, how dare you wear that? He went, you wear yours. I went, but it's not like yours. No.
She's got a point, GB.
No. They've got to get told. I mean, mank him all.
And that has to be an etiquette where you live then, John?
Oh, honest to God, I'm telling you the news. No, can't be doing with it.
We need to win football matches to get everybody's mood up. We need to burst this hangover, GB, yeah? And Bridges' point about getting back to Ibrox, I think that will help a bit.
Aye, Ox. It seems to be a thing. Even Jack Button's mentioned that he's looking forward to getting back to Ibrox. And I'm surprised, Ox. I'm surprised that it could have affected the team. I thought most teams could play anywhere, but it just shows you how much a cauldron Ibrox is, and you never know. It might have helped us get out of the line with Kiev and stuff like that. But like I say, see when the work's done, Ox, and like I says, the disabled folk have got that nice viewing platform now, and they've got to be undercover. It'll be well worth it, Ox, and hopefully that will stem some positivity throughout the club and onto the park as well.
Aye. Well, we've got to remember, as much as we've moaned and criticised, we've got to remember what we're doing, Bridge.
100%, yeah. I'm getting very enthusiastic about when the boys are talking about back to Ibrox and things like that. It'll really be a big night for me, or a big afternoon when it happens. I'll be so happy to walk up to Scotland and get back into my seat again. It'll be really brilliant. I'm looking forward to that. obviously Ibrox is their home, and you know, how can you say this is a place where, you know, teams should face to come, and they're not even bothering their shirt because we're ended up at Hampden. They don't really care where they're going. They've got a day out at Hampden, at Rangers' expense type thing. You know, it's just crazy. It's just utterly crazy. That's what has happened to us. However, we're close there. In another month, I would imagine, a couple of weeks to a month, and it'll be all fully done and up and running, and everybody should be getting back to a bit of happiness about their game, and we start getting a shall we say, a fortress Ibrox. That's what we need to make it, fortress Ibrox, and let the fans feel that, and the team will feel the mood. They'll start to feel the love for the fans, and that's what's going to make it. They've never had a chance. The fans have never had a chance to meet the players at Ibrox. It's just not happened. I don't care what MD says. There's no way you could take Hampden and make it your home ground. It's just not going to happen.
No, it's got a lot of flaws in it, Hampden, for viewing, for the supporters, for a start.
Yeah.
The atmosphere's not so good because people are so far away from the park. And it's also not as easy to get to for the majority of people. Yeah, for the majority of people. But listen, we'll be back soon, and hopefully, but the first game's away from home. And we need to start winning away matches, Bob J, because we're record in the last 6 months in the league away from home's not been great, mate.
No, it's no. As you say, that hangover, that 3-4 week period we had last year, that hasn't lifted. It's continued into this season. And it's like a black balloon. It's got to be busted. So, well, I mean, you might have a combination of the squad, everybody in the squad getting fit again, getting the squad stronger, and everybody will be back at Ibrox. All the stands will be open. And by that time, you say we have a fully fit squad, Ibrox will be a fortress again. We'll be able to run over these teams and pick up the points. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it will be again. I'm confident of that. It's a funny time for Rangers and New, but it's a bad period. But like, we'll come out the doom and gloom. We've been there before, and we'll come out it again. We'll come out it, and we'll come out it again. Definitely. You keep running to the bedroom door. Right.
Can I just say to anybody who's listening, if you've got maybe some time over the next day or so, take the time to go and listen to the Jamie Murphy interview and just to discover what we're up against. I'm sure we will debate it and have a look at it tomorrow night. We just ran out of time tonight because we have Fox's mental team, GB.
Aye, and I think it's been came across really well tonight, Ox. Like I say, it's got plenty of energy in it, a lot of talent there, Ox, if they all hit their potential. And like I say, hopefully that will be a team in the future that will be lifting silverware, mate.
Listen, I'm going to say this tongue-in-cheek, but Fox is always a deny for talent.
The shrewd operator he is.
Sorry, John.
Sorry, I was just going to say there, Fox, see that first team he picked out the night, and I'm going like, this man, Mackenzie's stuff, he's right enough. And then see when he gave us a reserves team, I'm going like, oh, okay, that's a bit different.
Don't worry about it, John. We do get him drug tested every day. He doesn't always pass, but we get him tested every day.
But I think we did on a message on the show, like, to say that Mackenzie's stuff though, eh? And he had his reasons for every player that he mentioned.
Aye. He did, mate. He obviously thought about it, and then when we started discussing the shape, which we have been down for a few weeks, he's no plucked out the other night. He's been thinking about it as the personnel's come in. He's a shrewd operator, isn't he, Mr. Fox? Bridgman, we know what he's like, eh?
Very shrewd. He loves his football, and he loves to come up with his vision or his versions of how we should play and how have we played, and what kind of shape the team's in, and he really likes to talk about that. And it's nice to listen to him as well. I think he's very wise when it comes to that. He's not very wise about other things, I must admit. There's very, very little things, but he's very few things he's wise about. But his football, he knows, that's for sure.
Remember that time in the club where they gave you that wonky chair bridge?
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, remember that.
And I flew up in the air.
Anyway, by the way, we've reached that time of the evening. Bob Jared, last word for your good self, mate.
Well, I'm just trying to say, like I always say, I'll stick by the man. No more rip-ups, no more managerial changes. As a good man we've got in chairs, and we'll get a bit of time. We're in the goal for bowler Scottish football, and you didn't get time because we're Rangers. We know the situation. Just give it a bit of time, and we'll come good. I'm confident of that. And thank you for having me tonight once again, ladies and gentlemen.
Watch the Jamie Murphy thread and see what we're up against. Anyway, John?
Aye, same thing again. Enjoyed the night. Thank you for having me on. And we'll get a result. We'll get a result Sunday.
Hope you're right. John. Good to speak to you.
Honest. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
GB, the one and only.
Cheers, Ox. Great night tonight, Ox. Good, interesting subjects, and let's say it's good to hear a wee bit of positivity back. And let's say it's clean slate, going to Sunday, and let's see this team build and progress, hopefully.
Here. By the way, thanks for the different, seeing things slightly different, mate. It's good to have different eyes, mate. Everybody sees things slightly different, mate.
It's all about opinions, mate. That's what it's all about.
Here. Over to the legend, the Bridgeman.
Oh, Ox, yeah. A marvellous night. Thanks very much for having us on. And of course, GB for carrying me through it. Big shout out to the boys in the techie team. And of course, extra shout out for Foxy. Is shall we say, taking part. Brilliant. Listen, great to listen to. Can I just say to all the Rangers fans all over the world, listening in here, listen, huge game coming up at the weekend. This is the one and only game, and we've got to win it. 3 points. Everybody, keep it going for the Rangers, because they're our team. Keep it going.
Here. Can I thank Bob, Jerry and John for joining us? And a special shout out to Mr. Fox. He obviously had a bit of thing and it took a bit of time to look at the 4-2-3-1. Thanks for that, Fox. I think everybody appreciated a different angle on it. Thanks to GB and Bridgeman for doing the show. Old School Blue, who sits away and does the technicals. A shout out to Billy Fernverness. Billy, pop your cherry. Come and speak to us one night. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. Thanks for listening, everybody. Rangers Radio will be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10, talking about all things Rangers. And if you've got some time, go and look at the Jamie Murphy interview and see what we're up against. Take it away, Old School Blue.